Hey, this is Keywielder Oblivion, and I'm gonna have a different video. I want to talk about what we know about the main guys that we'll be playing as in Final Fantasy 15. What we already know about them and stuff like that. So let's get into this video. Oh, another thing I want to say, stay tuned for the end of the video because I want to explain something about what I'm doing with my channel and other type of videos that I want to make on my channel and how that's going to affect the channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's start off with talking about Noctis, or Not for short, and he is able to go into his dreams to a place called the Dream State. This is what we could tell from playing the Platinum demo, and this is what Carbuncle tells us in the beginning of the demo. However, we know that he has magical powers and stuff, so obviously his dreams would be a little bit dangerous because like things could pop into his dreams and stuff like that. So living in a world with magic or anything can happen. Noctis's father knows this. So towards the end of playing as young Noctis in the Platinum demo, we see a clip of his dad, the king, also known as King Regis, that's his name, puts a statue by Noctis while he sleeps. This statue is obviously Carbuncle, and then we proceed to say, or it could be like a summon or stuff like that, so it's Carbuncle as a summon. Then the king proceeds to say that this will protect you in your darkest dreams. This is what the demo lets us know about Noctis' part of his childhood. So this is all we could really tell about Noctis' childhood based on the demo. There are also more things we know about Noctis' childhood, and this other information comes from the 5-part anime series called Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood. If you haven't watched the anime, it's really good, you should watch it. There's only 5 episodes. Not only will I cover Noctis' childhood, I will also cover the backstory of the 4 main characters we'll be seeing constantly while playing the game. So the names of them is Noctis, Prompto, Gladious, and Ignis. So I'll get deeper into each of them later. Back to Noctis, the only other points covered in the anime are like his as his childhood. The parts of his childhood that anime covered was, one of them was his mother is being killed by a daemon. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if they wrote it differently, but it's spelled as Daemon, so I guess that's what the monsters in Final Fantasy 15 would be called and stuff like that. It's like a snake-like creature with 6 arms, and each of them holding swords in each arm. So this is like a towering creature and stuff like that. So what we know about this right here is that Noctis was driving with his mother and stuff like that in the back seat, and the chauffeurs or whatever, they were driving them, and then this monster drops out the sky, and it just killed everyone and also killed his mother while his mother was trying to run away with him in her arms. So Noctis was about to die because he almost did, but his father came and just saved them. His father was weak. We know why he's weak if you watch the movie, or if you watch the anime, they also explain why his father is weak, but I'm not gonna go into this in this video. So yeah, so that snake holding swords in each arm. I feel that showing us Noctis as a child, and him just before the game starts lets us know what type of person he is. We know that he isn't stuck up like a rich kid stuck up, because like in the anime we see instances where he put others before himself. So that's already showing good qualities of a king, I guess. So, but he's right now a prince, so let's not go that far into that. Because 2 things happen in the anime that I think I say this. So the first thing, I'm not gonna say the name because this goes inside with one of the other characters, so I'll just be vague about it. Noctis followed a girl who was a bit younger than him but almost around the same age. So she got lost, but Noctis normally plays around that area where she got lost, and he found her and he pretty much saved her. She was crying, it was kind of raining and stuff like that, and she didn't know how to get back. She was following a cat or something like that. You can see that in the anime. So the girl's father got angry at her, and then King Regis, Noctis' father, came and wanted to know what the problem was. So then the girl's father was angry and explained everything, but then Noctis said it wasn't her fault, it was his fault. He lied basically and said that it was his fault, and that he asked her to go play outside with him. So he wanted to not get her in trouble, so the king grounded him and stuff like that. So we know Noctis is a nice guy, basically, even when he was a kid. I did say there were two things that made me feel like Noctis is a good guy. That was one of them, and the other one would be mentioned with one of the other guys. So let's start with, I don't have a lot of information about the other guys, but here's what I do have. First we'll start with Ignis. So Ignis, he's the one you normally see driving or cooking and using daggers or knives to fight. So what I mean by what you normally see him, like, you know, gameplay that's already surfaced and that we see, Ignis is normally the one driving or cooking, or trailers and stuff like that that we see. So that's Ignis. This makes me believe like that he's the butler of the group, but toward Noctis. All of them have a connection to Noctis, basically. And I say he's Noctis' butler because things that happen in the anime. So according to the anime, he babies Noctis a lot, and I say this because he's a butler. When Noctis was older but still in school, maybe like high school, he lived in an apartment and it was always messy. I guess he was trying to prove that he could live by himself, because Ignis also told him that if he doesn't get his act together, he'll have to move back to the palace and live there. So I guess he just wanted to be out the palace. So his apartment was always messy. So Ignis doesn't live with him, but he normally goes over there and clean and make some food for him and stuff like that. A few things happened. I guess Ignis didn't really normally make food in the beginning, but Noctis told him about something he liked, and Ignis tried to recreate it. He never succeeded though, but I guess that's how he learned to cook or something. But I'm guessing he did know how to cook, because Prompto said something about, since when did Ignis know how to cook? But this is a flashback now of Ignis cleaning and cooking for Noctis and stuff like that. So normally Ignis attends councils with the king and like he writes down notes and stuff like that and carries the notes to Noctis. So Ignis also lets Noctis know that even though he has school and he has studying and stuff, his priority is to the kingdom and the king. So he needs to know everything that's happening, all the political stuff and stuff like that. So he told Noctis to study this stuff because he needs to know he's still the prince, basically. So so we're gonna go to Prompto now. So what we know about Prompto is he's the one that uses the pistols, and I would say out of the three guys, this is Noctis's friend. So like Gladious and and Ignis, they're related to Noctis in terms of they serve him, but I don't want to say it like that, but he has servants and stuff like that. So but not Prompto is basically Noctis's friend that they went to school with and stuff like that. The other thing I mentioned about Noct being kind is that Noctis was kind to Prompto, right? Prompto wanted to talk to Noctis and stuff like that. So let me see. Prompto was like kind of insecure because he was fat as a kid when they used to go to school together in, I guess, middle school type thing. Their age looks like it. So Prompto wanted to talk to Noctis and stuff like that, but he wasn't. He was insecure, so he wanted to train and get fitter. So I guess that made him think that he'll be worthy to talk to Noctis. So another thing about Prompto is that he loves dogs. He had a camera with dogs pictures on them, and he always flipped through them in class. And one day he saved a dog, right, when he was a kid. So that dog actually belonged to, I guess, Luna Freya. That's her name, Luna, and that's pretty much royalty on the different side of it. So yeah, he saved that. The dog went back to her, and then she wrote a letter thanking Prompto, and then she also thought that maybe he knows Noctis, so she said that's probably his friend. So she told him to continue being nice to Noctis and be his friend. And then Prompto thought, oh, she wants me to talk to him, maybe I should build up the courage and stuff like that. So after a while they went to high school. At this time Prompto is now fitter, and he built up the courage to talk to Noctis, and then, you know, they became friends. But I obviously thought that Noctis always felt like they were friends already. So Noctis isn't like the stuck up type of thing, but he is like laid back. Some people may confuse that based off of what we know about him. If you didn't watch the anime and you see him just laid back, he's not stuck up, he's just laid back, he's calm and stuff. Okay, so let's talk about Gladious, or Glad, or whatever you call him. The shorthand is Glad because the girl that lied on himself to protect was Gladius's little sister. Oh, I said that was her father. No, Gladius was her big brother. He got angry at her. Sorry about that misunderstanding. So yeah, so that was Gladius's little sister, and her name is Iris. So he protected her and stuff like that. Gladius is the one that we normally see with the huge sword, and he's the tank. And in the anime, what they said was he's the king's shield. So I thought this meant that he was King Regis's shield, but no, he's going to be Noctis's shield basically when Noctis becomes king, because I found out that Iris and Gladius, their siblings, so their father, they call them Pop or whatever you call it, their father was the king's shield, or is the current king's shield right now. So what that means is he protects the king, he does all that heavy fighting and stuff like that to protect the king. So Glad is known as the king's shield, and he shows it when you're fighting in the actual game. Another thing about Gladius, that's his sister that I told you about, their father. And Gladius also trains Noctis to become a better fighter. So this is where they become rivalry, I guess, because Noctis has become a good fighter, and now they have like a little rivalry. You'll see them counting in the anime, they count how many each of them killed, and Noctis says that he can never beat him. So they're good friends in that sense. They're becoming rivals and stuff. So all of them are friends. It's not like they're like he has servants. All of them are friends, but the way they became friends are completely different. Gladius at first thought that Noctis was stuck up and stuff, so this that changed when Iris actually told Gladius that Noctis lied for her. So that's about it, and that's how their relationship started getting better. Okay, so a few other facts about all of them. Ignis likes bacon. Prompto, he likes dogs, I already said that. And Noctis, he likes comments, but he hates eating his vegetables and stuff like that. So that's what I also gathered from the anime. I also want to talk about another video about this, but what we know about, like, it's kind of like this. So I want to switch up my channel. I don't want to only have gameplay, I want to put some work into making videos. So I thought like maybe I can make some videos on, I have a few topics like what I think about the characters so far. I'll make a video on before the game comes out, during the game, while they're developing, and after the game, what I think of them and stuff like that. I want to make a video on like what I understand about the world of Final Fantasy, like the conflict between the countries and stuff like that. And that's what I want to talk about. Like, I'll start making videos like those. I'm not sure if I want to put walkthroughs on my channel because I don't feel like it's unique enough. I don't want to like be just another walkthrough channel, but maybe I could, maybe I will. I don't know about that. But yeah, I just wanted to switch up my channel since I'm still small. I guess I could still, you know, test out what I want to do. Like, I have a little bit of subscribers, so if I just switch up what I do, it's not really gonna affect anything. So it's better to find out what type of channel I want to make while I'm still small, because it'll be harder to try to figure that out when I'm big and people expect something when I don't give it to them. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Hope you like this video. If you want to see a lot of those videos I mentioned that I'll be making, or if you like this video and enjoyed all my content and stuff, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be making videos. I don't really have a schedule, but I will be making videos. I do go to college, so a lot of it is kind of difficult. So yeah, but I'll be making videos, and if you like it, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Let's keep it up.